correct? We have been doing switching.
Yes, sir.
So in that we have seen what are VLANs, how to configure VLANs. We have done inter-VLAN communication, right? So, but this is what we have been covering and covered. Whatever has covered is striked off, right? Struck off. We strike it off. Okay. And so we are here switching. Okay. So we have seen how to create VLANs. VLANs means broadcast domains, and how to create VLANs and how to assign port or different ports to a VLAN. Yeah, we have seen that. And we have seen trunking also. And trunking has got two encapsulations, IEEE 802.1q and ISL, right? ISL is Cisco proprietary, but our switch supports only 802.1q, right? And native LAN, yes, I was telling you this yesterday. So let's go and check. Show MAC address table. Have you seen this? Show MAC address table, dynamic. Show VLANs. Okay, VTP is not in your course, right? It's not. This is me. This is where I've prepared this, right? But if you look at the official CCNA course, VTP is not there. Okay, and you know how to look at that. You have to just go on Google search and type CCNA topics, right? And we go to Cisco Learning Network. This one, this is the official site, and here we have somewhere, I don't know where. Oh man, you go away. See, you can download this complete file, right? PDF. Just click here and it will download for you. And you know this drop down menus, right? All this we have to cover up, and we have been covering up. Okay, so this is it. Describe switching concepts, MAC address. How does it learn the MAC address? We have seen this yesterday also and before also, but and aging, I told you, it will age out in by default in 5 minutes. That is 300 seconds, right? So if again traffic doesn't come from that particular machine or right host, it will remove that MAC address from the MAC address table. And frame switching, switching is in the same VLAN, right? You receive from one port and you pass it on to some other device in the same VLAN. That is frame switching. Routing means in different subnets, right, or networks. Frame flooding, we know. Unknown unicasts are flooded. Multicasts are flooded. Broadcasts are flooded. We we explored the MAC address table. We have will again explore. Don't worry. Okay, and then configure and verify VLANs normal range spanning multiple switches. Okay, so this we have done. Na? We have VLAN across two switches, one here, one there. VLAN 5 or 10 here and there also. So normal range and extended range, right? So it says only of normal range, not extended range. Okay. So 1 to VLAN 2 2001 we can create because VLAN 1 is already there. 1002, 1003, 1004, 1005, they're also already there. So from VLAN 2 to 1001 we can create, right? VLAN number you can give anything between this range. We have seen this yesterday. Access ports is where end users are connected, right? Data. And switch port mode access. That's what we do under every PC. And if you have an IP phone, then we say switch under the interface, switch port, voice VLAN, and then VLAN number, right? Switch port for the end user, we say switch port mode access and switch port access VLAN, blah, blah. Default VLAN is, we know VLAN 1 and 1002, 1003, 1004, 1005. Inter-VLAN communication or connectivity we have done yesterday. Both the methods, route on a stick as well as multi-layer switch. Right, trunk ports we have configured trunk also between the two switches, right? And in the case of inter-VLAN connection, the switch port which is connected to a router, that also we have to configure as trunk. And this is one encapsulation, okay? And we know native VLAN is by default 1. So actually Cisco recommends that do not keep any user in VLAN 1 and also change the native VLAN, which is by default VLAN 1, right? So by default, IP address is given to interface VLAN 1. Okay. So in the real life, it's better we don't keep any users in VLAN 1, right? And also change this native VLAN 1 to some other VLAN, right? You can give any other VLAN number. And do not keep any users or any servers or any resources in that VLAN. Let's say I'll show you how to change the native VLAN right now, right? And so that we want to save ourselves from the attacker. And what happens in the native VLAN? All the management traffic flows in the native VLAN, which is by default one, and we'll change it to some VLAN number, right? Maybe 99 or 572. I mean, some VLAN number which the attacker cannot guess. And we are not going to keep any servers or end users in that VLAN number 99 or whatever VLAN number you decide to have a native VLAN, 572, 689, whatever. So I'll just take it 99, right, for simplicity's sake. And CDP and LDP we have done, right? We have done this. And Ether channels we'll do today. And right, this is Ether channels, layer 2 and layer 3 both. Configure and verify Ether channel, LACP, okay. And we'll look at all these things later on. Rapid interpret basic operations of rapid per VLAN spanning tree and spanning tree protocol. Plus means it is Cisco proprietary, right? Anything plus Cisco proprietary. And we'll look at spanning tree protocol. So STP and RSTP. This is also known as RSTP, Rapid Spanning Tree Protocol. Okay. And we'll also look at PVST. Okay. Then we'll look at all these things. Don't worry, I'll explain this. What is root port and root bridge and primary and secondary and whatever. Port states, forwarding and blocking and port fast. Port spanning tree, port fast. We have done this. Port fast, right? So the port immediately, the moment PC boots up, the port doesn't go into 15 seconds listening mode and learning mode. It immediately comes to forwarding mode, right? So, and we'll also look at root guard and loop guard and BPD filter and BPD guard. That's it. That's all for switching, right? This is all switching. Okay. So what I'm telling is, NTP is not, DTP is not mentioned here. Dynamic Trunking Protocol. VTP is also not mentioned. VLAN Trunking Protocol, right? So we'll not do that. VTP. I have mentioned here, maybe, switching continued. So VLANs we know, broadcast domains, multiple VLANs we know, inter-VLAN communication we know, trunking we know, right? Switch port mode access we know. We go into this command, port, and say for end users, switch port mode access, right? Also, this is by default in VLAN 1, but if I want to put it in VLAN 2, so I'll come here and say under the interface mode, switch port, access, VLAN, blah, blah, right? So we have to do port security. We have to cover Ether channels, right? Ether channels, both layer 2 as well as layer 3. So let's take up port security first, right? This is again a very important security component. So what happens in port security is you're the admin. You want this guy, right? MAC address, AA, whatever it is, right? Whatever IP address. He should work only on this port, right? He should connect only on this port. You want this guy, whatever it is, right? Should work only on this port. And that's it. So if anybody else tries to connect some other PC here, right? If he removes this one from here, and if he tries to connect some other PC on this port, then there should be a port security violation. This port should be disabled. That means this guy should not get access to the network or network resources. Is this understood? Is the purpose of port security clear? So, if you got 100 PCs, the admin will have to go on 100 different ports and configure port security for each port. Are you getting it? I'm going to do it only for one port, right? Likewise, the admin will once have to do it for every port. So the purpose logic is clear, Aditya and Dipti? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Good, thank you. So now, what are the commands that we are going to give for port security? So let's say we have this switch and this PC, this switch and the PC connected. Let's say this guy's MAC address is blah blah blah, right? I just write A, and let's say this port is F0/1. So what I will do is from the global mode, we'll type interface F0/1. Where do you want to configure port security? Let's say on first port. So we'll come under the interface mode and say switch port. We'll say switch port mode. No, sorry. Switch port, switch port, switch port, port security. Sorry. We'll say switch port, port dash security, right? If you want to security, configure port security, but it will not accept this command. Why? Because do you remember switch port mode question mark? It has got three choice: dynamic and access and trunk. So by default it's on dynamic mode. So to give port security, this port must not be on dynamic. It can be on access mode or trunk mode. So, but because we have an end user here, obviously we are going to give here what? Switch port mode access. Only after giving this command, now it will accept port security commands. Okay. So first command will be switch port mode access. Second command will be switch port security. Third command will be switch port dash security space question mark. And let's go on the practical now, right? To see what things we can give in question mark. So let me take a switch. Let me take an end user. And I'm not going to connect this end user. Okay. I'll take one more because one presumably will say he's not the attacker, but attacker, I'm just going to write here attacker. That means the guy who should not be connecting on that port, right? So he is the proper user, right? End user, company's authorized guy. Okay. So if he connects, communication will happen. But if this guy connects, port should be shut down. Okay. So I'm not connecting it right now. Let me configure the switch first. Enable show port security, PO tab. Look, port security is not configured, right? Show port security interface F0/1. Show port security interface, whatever port, right? So we decided let's take first port, simple. See, port security is disabled. We have not configured it. Port status is down, obviously secure down, okay? Down because we have not connected any cable only, right? So it's up and down. Violation mode, there are three violation mode. In case security violation happens, then the default is shutdown. And I'll explain this more later on. The other two options can be restrict and protect, right? Okay. Aging time, 0 minutes, aging time, everything is not important, right? So ignore some things. And secure static aging time, okay, ignore all these things. Ignore them. Maximum MAC address by default is how much? 1. Total MAC addresses, we have not configured anything. So nothing there, nothing here. I'll tell you about this sticky MAC address also and configured also. And last source address, nothing, no address here, MAC address. And VLAN also, nothing. Okay, security violation count is 0. So if some attacker, I mean some other guy who's not supposed to connect on that port tries to connect, this violation count will increment, right? It will go to 1. Understand? 0 is good. So no port security violations, right? Okay. Show run. Okay, this is the number of ports there. 24 fast Ethernet, 2 gigabit, blah, 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 blah. And this is it. Okay, so nothing here. Okay, so let us go to global mode. From there, I'll type interface fast Ethernet joblic 1. So now switch port, switch port security. If I give this command, it doesn't accept. Command rejected, right? So first command I have to give is switch port mode series access, because we are going to connect a PC there. Had we been connecting a switch to switch, then we could have said trunk. And by default, it's in dynamic mode, right? It says set trunking mode to dynamically negotiate access to or trunk mode. Okay. So I don't want dynamic. I want to make it switch port mode access, right? And switch port access VLAN. It's already in VLAN 1. So I don't have to give this command, right? 1. Do show VLAN brief. Do show VLAN brief. So by default, all the ports belong to VLAN 1 only, right? Then VLAN 1 only. Okay. So switch port mode access, and second command can be switch port security. Okay, one command. Don't forget this command. After this, again, switch port security space question mark, right? So maximum is how much? By default, only 1. But supposing on this port, you have to connect the IP phone first, and on the IP phone, you have to connect the PC down below. Then there are two devices, both of them have MAC addresses. So then you will type here maximum 2. Got it? It can be from 1 to 132. So these many devices I can connect on this port, right? But if I don't say anything, default is only 1. So I don't have to give this command maximum. Unless until there are more than one devices. Maybe take another example. There are 3 admins working in 3 shift, morning shift, evening shift, night shift, whatever, right? And all of them have their different laptops. That means 3 MAC addresses, right? So maximum I can say 3. Okay. So right now we are living on default only 1. Okay, ignore aging, nothing to do with aging right now. Maximum is done. And now MAC address. So switch port security, MAC address, right? So we'll give MAC tab, MAC address. Now look, it is giving us 2 choice. One is sticky and the other is you exactly type the MAC address of that laptop or device which would like to get access from this port. So we tell the switch, okay, this is going to be the 48-bit MAC address, AAA, whatever, right? And if he connects, the switch should give him access. If anybody else connects, obviously he should not get access and the port should shut down or whatever. Getting it? Okay, this is one way of doing it. Give the copy paste the MAC address of the laptop and paste it here. Okay. Otherwise, you can say sticky. So it will sticky learn it. Now look, what is the MAC address of this PC? We want this guy to connect and he should get access and the attacker should not get access, right? So we go and let me find out this guy's MAC address. How do you find out the MAC address? IP config space slash all, right? IP config space slash all. So Physical address, that's the MAC address, right? So we'll copy this. In the end, what is it? 9A6E, okay. 9A6, okay, 0009 something something. 9A6E, okay. I can't remember the whole thing, so I try to get only the last quartet. 9A6E, okay. Anyway, I'm going to just paste it here. This guy is what? This one, okay. 9A6E. So if he connects, he should get connectivity. So I'm going to now give this IP MAC address. Okay, I'll paste it here and say this one. Okay. Otherwise, I could have said sticky. So sticky means, otherwise I could have said sticky, right? Sticky means it will sticky learn. Okay. So, but I want to give the exact MAC address. This one. What, man? Go under the first port. And what is the command? Should put MAC address. And now paste it. Done. So I told the switch, okay, give access only to this guy, nobody else. Done. Control Z. Show port security. Default mode is shutdown, right? Violation. Security violation count is 0. Current address count is only 1. We have configured port security on first port, right? Maximum address is by default 1. Okay. This is it. Okay. Now second command is show port security interface AF0/1. So now port security is enabled, right? And violation count is also 0. And there's no MACers and VLAN. Now look, maximum MACers was 1 by default, but we have configured total MACers is 1. And that too, we have configured it. We have not set sticky. It has not sticky learned any MAC address, right? This we have configured it. Copy paste. Okay. So now he will get access, correct? Okay, I'll just give him some. Let's give IP address to this guy. Let's say 10.1.1.2 and some subnet mask. I'm just used to this subnet mask, nothing else. And default gateway is not required here actually, but it's okay. So we have given 10.1 to remember. Huh? And to this guy, we'll just give 10.1 and 1. Is that okay? 10.1 and 1. How do you give the IP address? Interface VLAN 1. And we'll say no shut because this is disabled by default, so we enable it, right? And we'll say IP address 10.1.1. What did we give to the PC? 2. So I'll give this guy, I don't know, 10. Remember this, right? 5.2.5 because default gateway is 1. So switch is 10 and the PC is 2, correct? PC is .2. Okay, we'll just note it. Or I can go here and say 10.1.1.2. Escape. And this guy is 10.1.1. 10. Was it 10? I guess. 10 tha na? Okay, it doesn't show me like this. So it is 10. Okay. So let me go here. If I connect this, it will take 30 seconds. So I can give that command spanning tree port fast, right? Exit. Interface range. Pass 1 to 24 maybe. And say spanning tree port fast. Now, They must have become green. We don't have to wait for 30 seconds. Okay. So if I ping from here to 10 it should ping. 10. Okay. Does it ping? Yes, it pings. Okay. So we have connectivity. Send 4, received 3, lost only 1. That's okay. Okay. So now again pinging. So send 4, received 4. Okay, fine, it's pinging. Now let me do one thing. Let me remove this cable from here. Okay, done. Let me check the MAC address table of this guy. Switch, do show MAC ADD will work, right? Okay, no MAC address table. I removed the cable. So it does remove the MAC. Okay, fine. Now, let me connect this guy on port number 1. Okay, let's see what happens. Oh, sorry. Before connecting, I'll just give an IP address to this guy. So we have 10 on, I'll give this guy 10 on 3. Okay, 1.1.3 and /24. Default gate is not required. Okay, though I can just give 10 on 1. Okay, now let me just connect it. Auto cable. So it will automatically go to the first port of the switch. And we have configured port security. So it should, let's check. I don't know. Maybe it's not working. Show port security. So violation counter is still 0. So let's check do show run. First port, switch port mode access, switch port security. And we have given the MAC address. Spanning tree port first is okay. Anything else? Maximum I don't want to give. Shutdown also I don't want to do. Anything missing? I don't know. This should have gone red. Okay. So that means I think I am missing some command. I'm forgetting some command. Anything? Okay. First command switch port mode access. Very good. Second command switch port security. Wonderful. And third command is switch port security MAC address 9A6C and spanning tree port first is not required. Other commands are switch port security maximum 1. We don't require that. Right. And because we are just 1. And switch port security violation. Other command is switch port security violation. That also we are not touching it because by default it is shutdown. So look, it's like this. Interface pass such as object 1, switch port security, and then violation. Violation. And then we have 3 choice. Shutdown is the default one, right? You can change it to protect or restrict. Protect is no good, I'll tell you why. And restrict is, you can change it to restrict, right? It's good. I'm not changing it, right? I just left it on shutdown. So it's shutdown only, right? How do you know it's shutdown? We saw that command, right? Do show port security interface, blah, blah. Or just port security, either of the two. So there it shows it is shutdown, isn't it? So I'm not giving any changing any command, right? Do show port security. So it is shut down here. See, if you change it to protect, you will see here protect. If you change it to restrict, it will show you restrict here, right? That's it. Okay, so I just wonder why there's no port security. So let me ping from here. Let ping 10.1.1 dot. Who's dot? Dot 10. 10.1.1.10. So I'm pinging from the PC to the switch. Does it ping? See, it has become red. Okay, so it's working. Nothing to worry. Now let's check. Do show port security. See, security violation counter has gone to 1, right? It was 0 earlier, correct? And the second command is interface pass 1, whichever port you said. Look, it is catching the attacker's MAC address, right? Now the admin can catch this. Okay, who was this guy actually who tried to get access from here? He didn't get. So then he picked up his laptop and he has ran away, right? Obviously, he is no more here. But I know who that guy was, right? So there are some security policies in the company, and there's you should take care of that you don't violate any of them, right? Otherwise, the company may kick me out of the job, right? If I do it. Okay. So this was the guy 709E, correct? Who tried to access but who was not given access. And he is in which VLAN? VLAN 1. This case VLAN 1. Look, this counter has gone up, right? Now look, port security is enabled, but port status is now secure shutdown. So because security violation has happened, it has shut down the port. Got it? This is your port security lab. Now if I remove this guy, if I remove the cable, cut it, escape. Okay, this was the attacker. I mean attacker in the sense who was not supposed to connect on this port, right? So if I again connect this guy, the proper guy, right? And then look, still the port remains. Can you see that color red? Right? I hope none of us are color blind, right? So it is still red, right? So it is still problematic. It is still shut down. So what we have to do is we are already under port number first only. We have to go and say, I mean, the admin has to go and say shutdown, and again, no shutdown, right? Now it's okay. Now this guy will be able to ping, right? That means he will get connectivity. Okay. This is your port security lab. So commands are okay, right? It's pinging now. Okay. So now instead of this command, MAC address, do show run. Instead of this command, this MAC address, if I give here switchboard port security MAC address, and then if I type here sticky, instead of giving this MAC address, what will happen? If you type sticky, right? If you type the sticky, switchboard port dash security MAC address and sticky. So if you type sticky, what will happen? Maximum is 1. This is the correct user who should be given access. This is the attacker, right? So if you have set here sticky on this port, and if you connect this guy, then he will get access, right? Even the attacker will get access. So make sure when you give a command sticky, right, you connect the right device and not the wrong device. Otherwise, whichever you connect, he will get access. Okay. So if you have 4 admins here, A, B, C, or whatever, 3, 4 pieces if you have to connect, then you can say sticky. Then what you can do is now assuming they are all the 3 admins, admin 1, admin 2, admin 3, right? There's no attacker. So what you should do is, the admin will do is, he will take one laptop, he will connect it like this, and he will ping from here to there or from there to here. One done. Switch knows now. Okay. So this MAC address I have to allow. Then what he'll do is he'll remove this cable from here, this PC, and then he'll connect the second laptop, right? Whatever. And then he'll ping from here to there or there to here. This is also done. Then again he'll remove this cable. He will again connect the third PC, right? Third admins. And he'll ping from here to there or there to here. That's it. Now this guy knows, okay, if A comes in, I have to allow. If B comes in, I have to allow. If C comes in, I have to allow. But if D comes in, anybody, now it will not allow. And of course, you have to say maximum then 3, right? Understanding all the logic and commands?
Yes, sir.
Good. So now, instead of this, you could have said sticky also. But make sure you connect the right laptop and ping from here to there to here, right? Wherever, whichever way. Okay, now last thing was switch port, port security, and aging, ignore it. MAC address we have seen. Copy paste. Maximum is 1. If there are more devices, then you can type switch port, port security maximum 2 or 3 or up to 132, right? It said. And violation. Let's look at this violation. VTAM. Violation, 3 choices. Protect, security violation, protect mode. Okay. Restrict, security violation, restrict mode. Okay. Shutdown. Okay. 3 choice. Default is shutdown. Better to give restrict. Never protect, right? Don't give protect. I'll tell you what the difference is in all the 3. You keep, see, you give anything, keep anything, shut down or protect or restrict. One thing is sure. What? The switch is only going to give access to maybe that one laptop. If we have, if by default, we just wanted to connect one laptop, right? That one authorized machine, it will only give. Nobody else in the world will get access to that port, right? But what's the difference? If we have seen in shutdown, right? What happens in shutdown? Uh, when the attacker connected, they all became red, right? Well, red is symbolic, right? I should not be talking about red and blue and green, whatever. But we saw that they became red. But ignore that red, and this port was shut down. So after we remove this, and the right guy connects, right? Who is the right guy? He runs away with his laptop, and the right guy connects. Even he doesn't get access, right? Unless until the admin comes under this port and says, first he logically again shuts down the interface, and then again says no shut. That means it disables the port and again enables the port. Don't directly say no shut. You have to first say shut down and then say no shutdown, right? So this is required when the security violation is shut down. Okay. But in case the security violation is not shut down, it is either protect or restrict, right? In case, then when the wrong guy connects, of course, he will not be able to get access. If he goes away and the right guy connects, right, then admin doesn't have to say shut down and no shut. You get it? In the case of protect and restrict, admin doesn't have to give, say shut down and no shut, right? The attacker first connected, he didn't get access. Then the right user connected, without even giving that command, shut and no shut, he will start working, right? That means it will be green. Then what more difference? Okay. Actually, this is software. On the real switch, you will see something else, slightly different. What difference? Let me tell you. Okay. So now, best is what? Restrict, right? And never give protect. Because if you turn it to protect and this security violation happens, right, on your screen, you will not get any message like this. Port security violation, something like this, right? Happened at these many hours, right? Whatever, 4th of June 2025, right? On for first port, and the MAC address of the attacker was something like this. Are you getting it? This syslog message you should be able to see on your real switch, but here we are not able to see it, right? But if you give protect, it will never show this output. It will show it on shutdown and restrict. Okay, something like this. Now you'll have to read this in the book theory. Got it? So you can do anything, but the default is shutdown, and better to change it to protect, restrict, right? So here you don't have to say shut and no shut. Here, shutdown, you have to say shut and no shut after the attacker is gone and the right user logs in, right? And uh, in the case of protect, it doesn't throw any syslog message. So if it doesn't throw any syslog message on my screen, I will never come to know that a port security violation has happened, occurred. Got it? Something like this. You can try the other two at home. right? If you want. Understood port security? Yes.
Yes, sir.
Now, okay, he is the right user, right? So you can change the commands. All done? All commands understood? Right? We have seen the commands now. Switch port. Okay. Do show run. So look, first command that we have to give is under the port, whichever port you have to configure port security on, switch port mode access, and then switch port security. Sometimes students forget this command in the exam and they fail in this particular question. Got it? On this question, they fail because they have given this or sticky whatever. It doesn't make any difference, right? This is not at all concerned with port security. Got it? This is generic. Okay, this command you don't have to give for port security, but because I don't want it to waste, we don't want to wait up to 30 seconds, right? For the port to stay in listening mode for 15 seconds and then go into learning mode and then it will do port security. So I want it instantly, immediately, right? So therefore this command. But actually this command has got nothing to do with port security. It's a generic command. Even without port security, we give this command wherever we want to connect end users, correct? So that's it. And port security violation we have not given, right? Because by default it's shut down and I didn't change it to anything else. Also maximum I didn't give switch port security maximum because maximum is 1 only by default. Even if you give 1, it will not show in show run because that's the default. But if you give switch port security maximum 2 or anything non-default, then it will show you here, right? Switch port security maximum 2 or 3 or whatever you gave. Okay. So this is your port security command. So like we do it for one PC, you can do it for every PC, right? Once for all. So we are done with port security. ठीक है? Where are we? Where is port security? मैं लिखा है क्या? Yeah, here. See the tiny thing here, but very important. Can I strike it off? Yes. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Hmm. So with your permission, port security is done. Now let's look at ether channels, layer 2 and layer 3. Okay. What is this funda ether channel? Port fast we have done. Can I strike it off? Spanning tree port fast, isn't it? Radu, off.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thanks. What more have we done? Have you seen the MAC addressable? Show VLAN brief command, show VLAN brief, or show VLAN ID 1, whatever number, right? Or show VLAN ID 2. VTP, this is not in your course, right? This is not, I showed you, this is not in your course. VLAN trunking protocol. Okay, the outer syllabus. I took you there to show you that VTP is not there. So anyway, now let's do ether channel, right? Layer 2 and layer 3. What is this funda ether channel?
Sir, suggesting by the name, it must be Ethernet, like multiple channels must be there
Hmm,
so that
correct.
we can click and simultaneously enter the links. I mean,
Correct, you're right. So I am taking this topic. So look, what happens is if you take two switches and connect with one cable, this PC 10.1.1.1 whatever, मैं अगर say, and this PC 10.1.1.2 मैं अगर be, right? They will ping each other, correct? And will loop happen? Can loop happen in this topology? Can loop happen? What is a loop? Loop means if I send something, it comes back to me boomerang, right? That's a loop, correct?
yes,
So can loop happen in this topology?
sir, if I have to guess, then yes.
Okay. And what about Deepti? If you have to guess.
Not sure, sir.
Okay, no idea. Good, wonderful, nothing to worry. Not sure. So loop will never happen in this topology, Aditya. Yeah. Why? Because from any source to any destination, there's only one path of sending and receiving. So if you connect one more cable, now there is more than one path, correct? Okay.
Correct.
So
Mm.
now what happens? If this guy, let's say, sends some kind of a. Okay, now what happens is, if it goes like this, right? If it's a broadcast, what will happen? If it's a broadcast, let's say okay, sorry, this is connected here. It's a broadcast, right? It has come on this port. Hmm? It has come on this port, a broadcast. What will happen? Either unknown, okay, let's say this is PC1 and that is PC2. Let's say PC1 pings PC2. What will happen? It will come on this port. What will be the source IP address? It will be this. What will be the destination IP address? It will be this. What will be the source MAC? It will be this. What will be the destination MAC? It will be this. When it comes on this port here, switch is going to look at the incoming frame source MAC address. Do I have the entry in my MAC addressable? No, I don't have. So it will make an entry. Which port? Let's say this port number 1, F0/1. First port. Now I have to look at the destination MAC address switch. Do I know where it is? I don't know. So what do? Unknown unicast flood. So it will give to everybody. Got it? In case there are devices connected here, it will give to everybody. Okay. So it will send here. This guy says, okay, he will also make a note of it. A means which port? Let's say this port number 2. Right? This port number 3. This port number 2. This port number 3, whatever. So he'll say, okay, A I have come on which port? Second port. Okay. So unknown unicast is flooding. Correct? So it will go to this guy. He will send it here, here, here to in case there are devices connected. And it will go back again from here. Correct? Both the switches don't know where B is. What will happen? Again, when it gets here, it will go to everybody. Unknown unicast flood. Got it? Unknown unicast flood. Look, it has gone back to this guy. And what will happen? It will also come back here. Again, unknown unicast. Keep on flooding. Keep on flooding. Right? Like this. And what happened to this guy? Unknown unicast. It was flooded from here also, na? Then what happened? It went to everybody. Unknown unicast. Make a housekeeping and give it to everybody. Right? Again, it will go like this. This again, it will enter here. Again, it will go there. So this is an infinite loop. You get it? It's an infinite loop. So it will keep on going like this, right? It will also it will keep on going in the other direction. So it will keep on going in this direction also. Got it? So it will never end. So all these devices will hang because like a machine gun, all the multiple packets will keep on going to them. Okay. So when they don't know the destination, they will flood it. Unknown unicast, flood. Multicast, flood. Broadcast, flood. Even if this guy had sent a broadcast, hello, DSCP broadcast, whatever, right? Then what will happen? On whichever port it receives, barring that port, it will send Xerox copies to everybody, right? Everybody. So broadcast, it will come back here, again go back like this, again go back like this, like the from other way around. So there are two-way infinite broadcast going on, right? Loops going on like this as well as like this. Okay, clockwise and anti-clockwise. Why is it so? Because all the ports are in the forwarding mode. All the ports are in the forwarding mode. Okay, no problem. Yes, Dipti, thank you. Okay, Aditya, you're there.
Yes, sir. Yes, yes.
So, if there's only one path between any source and destination, right, loop will never happen. Got it?
Understood, sir. Understood.
So, if there are multiple paths, then it can go like this, come back like this, right? And again go like this. Of course, it can go keep on going like this, as well as if it was broadcast, it was received here. So it's sent from here also and here also. So this guy will go like this, right? Again like this, again like this, again like this, again like this, again like this. Huh? And of course, this guy will come like this, will go like this. No, same things, again like this. Again. So this way, right? As well as that way.
Clockwise and anti.
Both ways. It will not stop. And all these devices, they will hang because, multiple. It's like a machine gun, stun gun. Dun, 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 thump, 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 thump. They'll keep on getting. So they will not be able to process or hang. Why is this happening? Loop. So if you have multiple ports, actually, there's a protocol in the switch known as STP. And it is enabled by default and it's on Cisco and non-Cisco. What it does is the moment you connect multiple links on
Sir,
in between two switches, uh,
full form of HTTP? STP?
spanning tree protocol, spanning
Spanning
tree
tree protocol.
protocol. Yeah.
Okay.
So what STP does is it is enabled by default. It's an open standard, man. That means it works on Cisco, non-Cisco. What it automatically does is, I'll explain you more in detail later on, but it will block one of the ports. That means it will only allow one path and it will block all other paths. Got it? So now communication between the two can only happen like this because this is blocked, logically blocked. So from the block port, communication cannot happen. Understood? If you connect multiple cables, the switch will keep on blocking all other ports. Got it? And leave only one path. If this path dies, it will bring this port back in the forwarding mode. And then traffic will go like this. Understood? If this path goes away, then. Understood? है ना? But, so look what's happening. Even if we have multiple cables between two switches, STP is just going to leave one path and block all other. Got it? So access layer switch, distribution layer switch, core layer switch. Possible? So what we can do is we can configure ether channel between the switches. Let's focus only on just two here. Layer 2 ether channel, right? Ether channel between access layer switch and distribution layer switch. Right? Access layer switch has got end users. Distribution and core layer switches they don't have any end users connected there. Okay. So once you configure ether channel between access layer and distribution layer, what will happen? It will logically, you can take from 2 to 8 ports. How many? 2 to 8 cables or links or ports. And it will bind all of them into just one channel. Like logically as if there's only one path between this switch and this switch. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Maximum we can take up to 8 cables, right? So it will think logically as if there's only one bundle, one path between the two switch. So what it will do is it will not block any of the ports. Are you getting it? And now 100 Mbps, 800 Mbps communication can happen. You get it? So what's happening? You are getting now more bandwidth. समझ में आ रहा है? Understanding?
Yes, sir.
That's the purpose of doing ether channel. And look, what also we do is we give command for ether channel. Let's say I have two ports bundled right together. I have configured ether channel. So what I'm going to do is this is switch 1, this is switch 2. I will have to configure ether channel on both the switches, right? So I'll go on the global mode of let's say switch 1, and then I'll say interface range fast 1 dash 2. So this is first port, this second port, right? So I'll come under interface range dash if mode, right? But I can go there, and what I can do is, see, before that, I will type here interface port channel. This is a logical port, right? Channel. Let's say you can give any number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever. Now this is a logical port, right? Which is used by the ether channel. Now whatever commands I give here will be applicable under these two physical ports. If I go and say channel group, let's say 1, 1, or if you say 2, then you'll have to say 2. And we can say here something like on, and I'll show you more commands here, right? On or auto or active or passive. I'll explain this, don't worry. Or desirable. Okay. So anyway, so if I give a command, I have to give this command channel group 1 mode, channel group 1 mode, and then either on or auto or active or passive or desirable. Don't worry, we'll do all these things in the lab. So when I say this, under this port, interface port channel 1, here, logical port, I say, let us say, switch port, mode, trunk. So under both the ports, this command will be applicable. You got it? And then I say switch port, trunk. I didn't show you this command. Allowed VLANs, let's say 1 or 10 and 20 and 32, 40 and 100. So by default, all VLAN traffic is allowed, but I want to restrict it to enhance security, right? So tomorrow, if anybody creates VLAN number 200 on through this trunk links, its traffic will not go, right? Unless until I go and say switch port, trunk, allowed VLAN, add 200. Only now VLAN 200 traffic will also go to the trunk port. Okay. Okay. Ignore this one. But I said, okay, these many VLAN traffic should be allowed. Okay. And what more? Switch port. Trunk. Native VLAN. I want to change it from 1 to something else. So I have given some commands under this logical port. And now all these commands will be automatically applied to under port number 1 and 2. You get it? हाँ आदित्य समझ में आ रहा है?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And after this, I also want these ports to be added to the ether channel, right? Which are these ports? Let's say port number 7, let's say port number 14, and let's say port number 20, right? So what I will do is I'll just go under interface fast 7, and I'll give this command. Channel group 1, let's say mode on, right? I'll go under port number 14 and just give one command. Channel group 1, mode on. I'll go under port number 20 and say channel group 1, mode on, right? Something like this. So all these commands will be applied under port number 7 and 14 and 20 also. You get it? right?
Yeah.
Just one command, but I don't have to type all these 3344 commands under every port. Getting it?
Okay.
So that's the logic. And what's going to happen? Now, none of the ports will be blocked. It will bundle them as one channel, like switch one, and I am fooling switch one and switch two and telling them logically, you both switches between you two guys, there's only one link. And when there's only one link, switch one and switch two say, man, then loop cannot happen. Logically, right? So I'm not going to block any ports. You get the logic, right?
Yes, sir.
Earlier it was, it blocked this one. You connect more, it blocked this one. But I'm fooling them now, both of them, telling them, hello, right? There's only one channel, means logically there's as good as only one link between two. Of course, it's logically, right? And this could have been 2 to 8 links, right? So it says, okay, good. So if there's only sort of one link, so why should I block any of the ports? I'm not going to block. And now you get more bandwidth. Got it? Between access layer and distribution layer. Kare lab. Let's do this lab. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I was sipping a bit of water. Thanks for your patience. Okay, now where are we? So let's remove this here. Okay, I don't want anything now. I don't want this. I don't want this. And I don't want anything. And let's take one more switch. Done. And let's take, oh yeah. What I'll do is I'll delete this switch because we had configured port security there, right? So I don't want that mess. By the way, if you want to remove the commands from first port under the first port, what did we see? Do show run, show run. So we have so many commands, right? Just do one thing. Instead of removing, saying no switch port more access. Again, no switch port security. Again, no switch port blah blah. Again, no switch port, right? What we'll do is just go on the global mode and type default fast Ethernet default interface fast Ethernet oblique 1. That's it. So it will come back to default settings. Got it? Okay.
Yes. Ji.
So ये command है default interface and whatever interface, right? So all those commands have vanished. It's on factory default now. ये भी चला गया, right? This is also gone because this was not there by default. Okay, so I am going to now let me clean up everything here because we can do it, but I think what are they? Okay, clean slate here. I take two switches, one, one, and I'm going to take two cables connected, right? One to one, two to two, something like this. Now look, I'll tell this spanning tree later on, right? Show spanning tree. We'll do this later on. But learning mode, first port, second port. Alternate port blocking. Configure terminal, host name, switch one. I'll give this name as name this as switch two. Okay. Enable, sorry, configure terminal, host name, switch two. Do show spanning tree. Now look down below. Both the ports are in the forwarding mode. Do you see port number 1, 2? Status, forwarding, forwarding. Why it is, I'll explain that later on, right? Also look at this like this. Look at this. Can you see both of them are green here?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Can you see one is amber here, orange?
Yes.
So one is in the forwarding mode, one is blocking. Got it? Both are in the forwarding mode. That is what spanning tree protocol does, right? So if you connect more number of cables between the switches, 3, 4, 5, right? Yet, what will happen is only one will be green here and rest all will be blocked on one switch, and all on the other switch, all will be green. Getting it? On one of the
Understood.
switches, give some time and you will see amber only on one of the switches, not both switches. Got it? Amber, one of the switch will be totally green. And I'll explain
Okay.
that later on, don't worry. For now, only understand what spanning tree protocol is doing. Look, I think only one is green here, all other ports are blocking. All are green here. Can you see that?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So only one is green. Okay, I will show you in software, right? Instead of this. It can be a confusion here because the diagram is very small. Do show spanning tree. I just type here SPA that's it. So look, this is switch 2. All the ports, 1, whatever, 2, 3, 4, 5, they are all in the forwarding mode, right? Correct? But let's go on switch 1. This one. Huh? This one then. Switch 2. Okay, this switch, whatever. Right. And let's check here. Do show spanning tree, SPA. Look, only one port is in the forwarding mode, right? All others are blocking. BLK is blocking. FWD is forwarding status. Okay? Okay. So first port is in the forwarding mode. That's it. So now, if we configure ether channel between the two, configure one is access layer and one is distribution layer, right? Isn't it? And core layer can come above, right? So we got to configure ether channel between the two. Okay. So diagram wise, we know it will be up and down, but I am just showing it here right now. So now let's do one thing. How many cables we have connected? 5. So they should be on port number 1 to 5, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So let me go on this switch. Oh, this switch to. So I'll take switch to there just for the sake of left to right, switch 1, switch 2, right? Nothing, any important peculiar thing, no funda here. But okay. So I think this switch 1, that's switch 2. Switch 1. So this is switch 1. Okay, I'll type 0, 1, right? And actually that is switch 2. S W, I'll make it 02. Okay. So now let's configure the channel. Interface port channel, PO tab, right? Look at the number 126. So I'll just give a simple number, right? Both the switch, you can have the same number, you can have different number, right? And I would like to say switch port trunk encapsulation dot 1Q. This is not going to be here dot 1Q, but in your real life or ISL. Here, this switch doesn't support anything like this. Got it? It doesn't support this command. So we don't have to use this, but we'll directly say switch port mode trunk. Done. And do show interfaces trunk. So, okay, so I don't have any trunk. Okay, there's no trunking. So I'll say switch port mode trunk. I have said that. Yeah, I've said that. Switch port trunk allowed VLANs. I can give VLAN ID, right? Allowed VLANs. And or I can say add or remove or accept all them, right? So I'll say switch port trunk allowed VLANs. I want over the trunk traffic for VLAN 20, VLAN 30, VLAN 40 to 50, something like this, and VLAN 100 only to come and go, right? So I'm giving all these commands where? Under logical port, okay? And I also want to change the native VLAN from VLAN 1 to VLAN, let's say 99. So I'll say switch port trunk native VLAN. Switch port trunk, only two commands, allowed and native. So allowed I have given, I'll give native VLAN. Native VLAN. So I want to make it from 1 to change it to 99. Okay. And now I'll go under all the 5 ports interface, range, fast Ethernet, 0 oblique 1 to 5. And I'll say, uh, what's the command for Ether channel? It is channel dash G tab channel group number anything 1. If I have given to the logical port 1, interface port channel, then I have to give there 1. If I have given a 6 or any number, right? So I have to give a 6 only, right? So I'll say channel group 1 and then mode. And look at this. I got so many choices on. I'll explain this tomorrow. Or active, or auto, or desirable, or passive. So I'll just keep on both the sides, right? On both the sides, both the switches. Okay. So I've given these commands: do, show, run. What I have done? Oh man, I gave this command. In fact, I have given so many commands, but and under port number 1 to 5, I given this command: channel group 1, mode on. Okay, 1 to 5. Hmm? Okay. Do show interfaces trunk. Okay, still not trunking. Okay. And now, what command did I give here? Channel group 1 mode on under physical ports, right? And under logical port, switch port trunk allowed VLAN. Where's the other commands gone? Interface, port channel 1, switch port, mode, trunk I had given, right? Then switch port, trunk, allowed VLAN I have given, but switch port trunk, native VLAN I had made it 99. Okay, and that's it. Okay, say for example. Now let me go on the other switch also and say show ether channel summary. Show ether channel summary, right? Okay, lot many things, nothing here. So let me say configure terminal and I'll say interface port channel. Now I can give any number, same number or other number. I had given 1 there. So I can give you 2 or 3 or 4, but I'll just keep it 1. Okay, same. So no confusion. And I'll say what? Switch port, mode, trunk. And switch port, trunk, native, VLAN. Because here it's 1 and there it is 99. On this switch it is 1 and on that switch it is 99. So it has to be same on both the switches, right? Native VLAN. Otherwise, this native VLAN mismatch CDP, right, will help you give this command. It will keep on coming. It's a headache. Okay. What more? Switch port, trunk, native VLAN, switch port trunk, allowed VLANs, right? What all did we had given there? 10? Not sure. 20, 30 to 40 and 100. Go and check, guys. 10, 20, 30 to 40 and 100. Okay. Let's check. Remember this 10, 20, 30 to 40 and 100. It should be same, huh? Oh, 1 is also there. 10, oh, 10 is not there, right? 20, 30, 40 to 50, 100. Oh man, what do I do? I forgot the command, right? Port, no, the number of VLANs. Interface, port, channel 1. What was it there? Let me copy this and remove this line. I'll say copy and I'll say here no and I'll remove this. And somebody, I have removed this. Let's go on switch to what did we give here? I think 10, 20, 30 to 40 and 100, right? Yeah, 10, 20, 30 to 40 and 100, right? So let's give this same thing there. Copy on switch 1. So we go here and say done. Now it's okay. So we were here. What did we say? Do show run. Interface port channel 1. Native VLAN. Good. Switch port mode trunk. This. Okay, good. Nothing else. And now we'll say exit. Interface range. Fast 0/1-5. And I'll say channel group. Channel dash group 1. Mode on. Done. Now let's check. Show run. Have I changed the native VLAN?
Uh,
It doesn't show me here, right? It's a software issue. But let's check. Show EtherChannel. Summary. Look this. It is working, right? What does it say? Group number 1. Huh? First show EtherChannel summary. It gives some flag. It says D for down, P for input channel, I for standalone, S, small s for suspended, big S for layer 2, H for blah 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 or sent by, capital R for layer 3, S for okay, U for in use, and something like this. Look at this. Group number we had set 1 to 6, one number, right? And port channel. So this is port channel 1. Capital S stands for what? It's a layer 2 ether
layer
channel.
2 ether channel.
And U stands for what? In use.
In use.
So if you see this, it's working. We have set on, so no protocol. I'll explain this tomorrow.
Okay,
And
sir.
how many ports are participating in the ether channel? Port number 1 to
5.
5. And what is this P in port channel? But small s is what? Suspended. So it is not working. See properly. There's a native VLAN mismatch. Huh? See, somewhere it is 1 and somewhere it is 99. You get it? So these things are not working. All the parameters must match on all the ports. 5 here, 5 there. Everybody's speed must be same. Everybody's duplex must be same, right? One cannot be fast Ethernet, one cannot be gigabit Ethernet. Got it? So same kind of parameters has to be there. Let's check here. Show interface trunk. Show interface trunk. So native line is 1. I think we got to change it to 99. Got it? Huh? So what do we
Yes,
do?
sir.
What do we do? Configure terminal. Interface port channel 1. Switch port trunk native VLAN 99. Now it should be okay. अब तो हो जाएगा. Now let's check show ether channel summary. I think it should work. Show run. अभी भी नहीं काम कर रहा. Right? Says 99. Allowed VLAN. This is different. See? ये अलग है ना? VLAN 1 नहीं लिया था हमने. Remember
Yes, sir.
this? So this is mismatching. Got it? And we are on switch number 2. So let's go on switch number 1 and check. That was easy. I think 10, 20 to 30, 40, something like this, right? Do show run. क्या था इधर? या 10, 20, 30 to 40 and 100, right? ये था. So we'll copy this. We'll go on the other switch and we'll remove that command and put this one. Okay. So what do we do? Configure terminal, interface, port channel 1. No. Okay. So sorry, I'll put this one now. Paste. So does it overwrite? Do, show, run. 10, 20, 30 to 40. Yeah. Okay. Now I think it should work. Both sides, it's same. Show ether channel summary. No, still not S. Or suspended. Why, man? So it should work, man. Show run. Uh, native VLAN 99. Allowed VLAN. That's it. Where's switchport mode trunk? Where's switchport mode trunk? Yeah, this will eat away because I have given that not given that command, no IP domain lookup. So it will eat away 20, 25 seconds. Right? I should give a command. Switchport mode trunk. This one is missing there. See that? Isn't it? So let this guy come up and we'll give switchport mode trunk. See, switchport mode trunk is missing here, na? सही है? Under
Yes, sir.
interface port channel 1, it's missing. On this switch, it's missing. Here we have switchport mode trunk. Under port channel 1, we have this command. So we have to give this command there also. And that's it. Aja bhai, come up. Sorry, today we are 5 minutes up. Just one more minute.
No, no worries, sir.
Yeah, thanks. Okay. Configure terminal, interface, port channel 1, switch port, mode, trunk. Yeah. Now check, show ether channel summary. Yeah, Rabi bhi ऐसी है. I don't know. Okay, let's stop today. Tomorrow I'll work out this, right? Don't worry.
Reconfigure.
So
Okay,
all
sir.
these ports should be only PPP, not S, not suspended.
Yes.
Okay, but don't worry, it must be some minor something. It will work tomorrow. Done?
Okay, sir. Okay.
Chalo, great then. Aditya,
Okay. Thank
if
you, sir.
any doubts, ask. Otherwise, yeah. Thank you so much, and we'll meet tomorrow. Okay?
Okay, sir. Thank you. Good night,
Okay,
sir.
great. Yeah, bye. Good night.